Hello friends, welcome back to War 5 of Season 10. We moved up about 100 spots from last war into 82nd of Platinum 3. Today we're taking on OdT, which is something Order of Thanos, ordained Thanos, ordained. Bringing the same team that we brought last time, Void, Sparky, and Symbiote Supreme. Let's get right to it. Taking the same path that we've been taking. I don't know if I've kind of claimed this as my own. So it's path 8 in the first section and then path 1 in the second section. So this is the long distance relationship tyranny node, and I believe the mighty charge link is active right now. Yeah, you can see it come up when he dashes forward, which it doesn't matter in the case of Rhino because he's unstoppable anyway. Missed time in S1 because I was playing really poorly and I hit into his unstoppable but don't get punished, so off to a pretty poor start against what should be a very, very easy opponent. I also have to watch out for his random unblockable. Void I don't think is listed as a small champion, so Rhino's unblockable procs more often the smaller your champion is. And I believe Void is a medium. I don't think he's a large. I can't remember how many times it procs in this fight. It doesn't matter. I don't think I get hit by it anyway. So as long as you're continuously, managing your opponent's power, keeping them over a bar, between a bar and 2 bars of power, so that you can, pretty much get in a full hit combo, or at least end close enough to bait out heavy like I did there, in order to push them over and then bait another special, you should be fine. So you can see, despite taking a mistiming a special 1. Thanks to that long distance node and willpower, I have healed that back completely to full, which is great, so I can end with that pretty yellow bar that I love to do. Alright, next up we have a Crossbones. Similar nodes, special lock 1, long distance relationship, and I also have the buffet link active as well. I think, Crossbones, without his dupe, Void is a fine matchup. With the dupe, Crossbones will shrug off some of the debuffs and convert them to Fury. It isn't a huge deal because I don't know that the chance is very high, and not many people have a very high sig Crossbones. So really, this is just like any other standard buffet fight with Void. AK, step 1, get your Petrifies up, step 2, win the fight. So I've got 4 up now, no Petrifies, so a little bit unlucky. That's okay. Even with the class disadvantage, I'm not concerned about this fight at all. And I think this is only an R3 Crossbones. I forgot to check before the fight. Definitely don't want to push him to a special 2. I think you can evade all of his shotgun blasts. I usually don't try if it gets to that point. I will just block the first 2 and then let the third one kind of push me back, similar to how I would evade like a Punisher S1 or an Agent Venom S1. Just kind of have to feel the momentum a little bit, I guess. So back to this, kind of keeping myself at a yellow bar, both with the special lock 1, so you get the power lock debuff there, and then with the long distance relationship. So, and that fight also with the yellow bar, which I'm very pleased with. So now we're up to Mini Boss Island, and one of my alliance mates took a stab at Ironman because I was a little late getting there, and I think he took a parry and died. And we won't call him out; he knows who he is. He knows what he did. So this fight is linked. So it's more or less exactly the same. I think we fought an Ironman here way back in War 2. So this node with the link active is identical to a node on the old Path 7 that I used to run, where it's aggression armor and the bonus of explosive personality. So more or less with an Iron Man Infinity War, he's going to parry you, he's going to auto block on any hit if he has any stack of armor. And then if you hit into his block to try and create some space, you're also going to get screwed too. So really the name of the game here is parry to reduce some of the block damage, and then heavy counter to win. Specials in this fight are too risky to throw, because he will just auto block them if it's more than one hit, which all avoids are more than one hit. And then, I don't want to waste time using a special 3 here unless it's the end of the fight. Unduped Ironman, so I don't have to worry about the power gain. I'm just interested in getting 3 unique debuffs for the maximum amount of degen. I don't really even care about the armor because, as always, the degen is direct damage, so he could have 1 stack of armor, he could have 50 stacks of armor, and the degen is going to be unaffected, which is great. I probably would have boosted up for this fight if he had been at full health and my alliance mate hadn't gone in first. So I guess I owe him one for saving me a boost. I'm pretty sure that I would not have been able to solo this fight unboosted. I was trying to think back to some of my older videos where it really came close on Iron Man with these note combinations, with the boosts, and then with Omega Red on some of the videos. It was a little more wiggle room, but you can see he had about half health, and it's still taken me give or take 2.5 minutes to take him down. So yeah, pretty happy I didn't have to boost up there. Got the remaining attack bonus. So we're up in section 2 now. This is a Venom the Duck on Recovery, Vigor, Indomitable. This feels just like a diversity placement. I mean, I guess he has a small chance to proc a regen on his own, but it's only an R3. His health pool is not significant. His specials are not difficult to dodge, so maybe it's just a little diversity play. Venom the Duck, one of my absolute favorite champions to play. I have an unduped R3, and the value that I got out of him in Variant 2, specifically a chapter that doubles the buffs and debuffs, is incredible. So yeah, if you haven't already, I think there are a pair of videos on the channel. One where I'm taking down a really annoying, I think it's Aspect of War, Iceman in Variant 2. And then there's another one where I think I take out one of the Yellow Jacket bosses, and just like the bleeds that I stack up in that fight is just, it distracted me to the point where I forgot to play and I got hit, and if I didn't have Heimdall with me, I would have gotten completely destroyed. So back to this fight, which is just about over, just kind of waiting for the degen. Didn't really, he wasn't throwing a special one, so I was content to just let him degen himself to death. Alright, moving on, we have a Mr. Sinister on Recovery Buffet Indomitable. The Indomitable is a bit redundant, considering Mr. Sinister's health regen already cannot be reversed. So really just looking at Recovery and Buffet here. So you want to get, you still want the Petrifies up as quickly as possible so that you can at least negate his regen. The other good thing about Void in this matchup is that he doesn't crit very often, so the chances of him activating the regen are pretty low to begin with. But so once you get your Petrifies up, like I have here, you'll see I've already got the heal block debuff up, thanks to Despair. It's really just a matter of baiting out the special one, going back in, and letting the degen kind of tick him down while you just needle away at him. Mr. Sinister has one of the coolest special ones in the game, I think. It's a little weird. Like, whenever I evade it, I always don't feel like I've evaded it. I don't really... I guess I haven't determined where the hit event in it is exactly, because it feels like it should be when the wave touches you, but I think it's actually a little bit after that. Nevertheless, we've got Fear of the Void up now, so got the nice little attack bonus up, and he'll be heal blocked for the rest of the fight there, which is nice. So just, keep cycling that S1 on him, keep pounding away at him with an S2. I don't think I get to an S2 from me here, although it is an option if I had wanted to just hold for an S2 and get that extra debuff and degen on him. But as it happens, he is not going to survive long enough. Get a little uptime of the double Fear of the Void, which is just awesome when you can get that to work right. Alright, last we have a Green Goblin, and I'm actually going to speed this fight up because I feel like I've talked my way through this fight 1,000 times, and who really doesn't love seeing a fight in super fast motion? It's just, oh, this is. At least I'm entertaining myself, is what I have to say about that. So, this has been a pretty good war. I kind of wanted to crack at that Hyperion and the Kingpin that were also on my path in Tier 2. But one of my alliance mates, he just walloped that Kingpin, I think with his Namor. And then somebody came in with a Symbiote Supreme and killed off Hyperion. So I had brought my Sim Supreme and my my Sparky for those fights. I'd even hoped to get some action against. There was a Medusa mini and a Champion mini, and then a Medusa final boss. So I was hoping to get some boss action, but alas, not today. That's okay. Only 2 potions used today, and even better yet, we did come out with a victory. So we started off this season really not playing very well with 2 defeats, but we have since put a little winning streak together of 3 in a row. So this should bump us up a little bit, give us some wiggle room for sure in Platinum 3. No deaths today, which is great, so my count remains at 3. And that's about it from me. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.